Hey, how you doing? This is the Spiritual Diamond channel. Hope you guys are well. So we're gonna get into Cancerian reading, and yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Let's get into your reading, shall we? Don't forget to check all the star signs in your birth chart to make sure that they are helping you find clarity and getting the right readings for you and your situation. Okay, thank you for you guys that have liked and commented or subscribed to the channel. Please continue to do so and press the notification bell. So let's get into this. What's going on with Cancerians? Okay, I'm hearing that you guys may feel like there's some evil men out there, or just people picking on you, or driving you mad, getting on your nerves. Possibly even you feeling like you've got to target someone that hasn't got um, a single thing going on in their life. It does say you've honored yourself too much and you know that you have to give yourself good karma. Okay, some of you guys are dealing with siblings as well, or a sister. I'm picking up. Um, I do see some of you guys feel like there's no more time to waste. After you felt like you had good karma with the full moon, it does say you feel like you have blamed no one. You've got good news overall to practice voodoo or not speak about it. It does say some of you guys do it and some of you guys don't, but someone wants to know that you have been speaking to them through their mindset or things that they want to know, or even channel or challenge you about. So someone could be channeling your energy right now, or around the full moon, they've been channeling your energy. It does say defending anyone but you could be easy, but I know I don't want to defend this. I just want to know that you're in your mind about being negative. Okay, so someone wants you to be in your mind about being negative. Okay. Mm. And defending your honesty is something that they may not have tried to worry about, but they realize you're not telling the truth, or something's going on behind the scenes, or someone is being negative. Okay. All right. It does say judging a sibling is easier, or even judging adult problems of the persons is not going to be easy, as it's private information. So someone could be, wanting to look at someone, or sorry about my alarm going off. Yeah, someone could be watching someone, looking at someone, and looking at them in regards to family. I'm picking up, or children, possibly even watching or monitoring a child. It does say abuse is there, or people have said that there's an abuser in the home or around the house. It does say people know that there's no abuse going on, but they really wonder why they keep looking at things through tarot readings or even cards, or looking at problems that they solve in their mind through demons. It does say someone keeps using demons as a way to look forward to blessings and not get good karma with their mind at all. It does say she knows why she's doing that. She can't figure out why she's bothered, and mostly she's bothered about why I never saw you again. Okay. You could be saying this, how another person can't figure out why you never saw someone else again, because there is a water sign person coming up. Okay, it could be you as a Cancerian. If not, it could be a Scorpio, or it could be a Leo, or it could be an air sign saying this about you and your family, and someone else that has been spying on you guys. It does say spying on you is something that they do honestly, wanting to know if they can pay attention to you and witness any downfalls of yours. It does say you realize that you've got good news, Cancerian, and you don't need to know anything other than this. But it also says when you realize the water sign of your mind is never going to be easy, dealing with a Scorpio is never easy. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Scorpio as well. You feel like it's not easy dealing with a Scorpio at times. Um, and I'm picking up someone could be a virgin as well. Someone could be a virgin, and someone is also new to social media. Okay. There is someone that's wishing to see you online, or someone wishing to see her or a friend or a family member online. Okay, some of you guys could have been looking for someone online and see that it's not going to happen anymore, or something bad or useful was going to be there for you is no longer there anymore because you teased them, or you picked on them, or you tormented them, or you grew out of the problem. It does say someone doesn't really know if you're coming back, and I realized I should have targeted you for complete nonsense, and now I know you're not even coming back for me to target you with nonsense. You told me that things was going to change, or that I had to change. I never read into things, but I realized you're very negative and I didn't want to see you anymore. So I targeted you to go away. I realized people do not want to talk to you or even challenge you in your mind about things. I could tell you to go away. I don't want to hear that you're always going to be there and giving me problems. Okay, so this could be your attitude towards someone, Cancerian. If not, it could be an air sign, it could be a fire sign, or it could be an earth sign that's saying this about you. Okay, some of you guys may have some social media bullies, or people bothering you online, or even just spiritually attacking your energy, bothering your energy, whether you feel it or not. People in the background could be talking, okay, and taking their time to gossip about you or a problem with a personal um, housing situation around you, or with a person. I'm also picking up someone's a traitor. It also says there's a male here that doesn't realize he's got to feel like you've got problems. It does say that you've been dealing with me for so long. I can't believe I have to sleep with you again. I'm going to sleep with you one more time, but I realize I don't want to, and I don't even want to know you. It does say Cancerian realizes that he knows he's got problems, but he noticed that he's got problems with you overall as an adult. Okay. Um, I feel like if you're a cross watcher reading this could have something to do with a Libra. It could have something to do with a fire sign or a Piscean. I'm also picking up an earth sign again. Um, yeah, there's an earth sign here. Um, let's see what else is going on. I don't want to sleep with you, and I don't want to sleep with you, and I don't want to sleep with you. Okay, so someone's saying that they don't want to sleep with you, they don't want to sleep with you, they don't want to sleep with you. This could be specific to some, maybe not all, but someone's in their head about this. Having a victory of good night sex is there for someone, but not knowing if it's going to work out. Don't want to sleep with the person in my mind. It says, I know I wanted to sleep with her, but I don't want to sleep with you. Okay. So someone's saying that they don't want to sleep with you, but they wanted to sleep with her. Okay. I feel like there's some type of nightmares going on. I don't know if this is a bad dream or if this is just some nightmares for someone here. Someone could be, trying to conquer someone here by dating someone else, okay? And you could see this as well, Cancerian, but you clarify not speaking, or you're very nervous, but it does say you would rather them get on with it and not speak about it, and maybe even see that you do have problems at times dealing with it, because you do challenge them in your mind and you leave them to it, but you challenge them in your mind. So you challenge them a lot in your mind, maybe talk a lot about them in your mind, or challenge them with your energy. There could be a little bit of a jealous streak somewhere, whether it's you or the other person that feels this way. Okay, it does say that someone here is bothered and completely trashing your home. Could be someone in the next week. Oh, someone wants to trash someone's home in the next week. Someone wants to move forward and control a situation with the idea that they could trash someone's home, or maybe even bring out the feds. It does say a federal conviction could come forward in the next week or two to look for a liar that doesn't want to speak about their problems. It does say a nervous woman doesn't want to keep bullying someone online, but keeps doing it as well. Okay, I'm definitely picking up a Sagittarius that keeps trying to bully someone online. Okay, it does say that someone here realizes like they can't see who you are, but they're ready to tell this person to stop picking on you because it's getting annoying. The type of mental health problems that she deals with is going to give me problems. So even her own partner doesn't like the way she's treating you or someone around you. It does say she realized she's got evil, manipulative mind games to play him, her, and everyone. So him, even herself, and maybe you and everyone. It does say someone else doesn't even realize it, but she's got to caution you one day to come back and tease you about something. So she could want to tease you about something, or tease someone around you about something here. Someone's at it again. I'm hearing someone's taking a risk. Okay, I do see this with the Fool card here, where someone's holding on to some type of grudges, and that's why it's saying someone's at it again. So maybe you thought that this person had stopped, with their terrorism, or their abuse, or their attacks, or their discrimination, or whatever it is, their prejudice, their bias, whatever it is in your way of viewing it, Cancerian, and this person's still, holding on to a grudge. So they're now, you know, in their feelings again, so to speak, in their mind again about you, about the situation, wanting to belittle you, is what I'm hearing. It does say a word of advice: never speak to anyone in the mind. If they don't know who they are, they're never going to target you for a problem. It does say anyone but you could harm me, and I will never harm you. Okay. I feel like that's mostly you speaking about this to your mind with them, but it does say they also know they don't want to speak to you ongoing. They really feel bad for how they treated you. Could be a Libra, could be a Cancerian, maybe another Cancerian, or possibly a Virgo. It does say Leo would rather not speak that way, but does feel it. So could be a Leo as well. It does say no one's seen you or heard from you in about a year or two. What happened to you? Okay. So someone could be hiding here, um, who has cut out a relationship with a partner here, or someone feels like they don't want to go back into the relationship with you because they've got someone behind the scenes that they're seeing. It also says that you don't really understand everything that's going on, and are worried that something could be happening but don't know if it's happening. Maybe because you haven't witnessed it for yourself, like you haven't seen this person with a person, so you may just be speculating and not really know if it's facts. But it does say mind games are at stake. So this person may play your mind at times and pick on you and make you feel like you're not in a relationship with them, and make love to you in your mind, telling you off in your head, and letting you know that sex is something that they really want with you. Okay, so if you can feel their energy, you feel like their energy seems to be attacking you with sexual urges. Okay, it does say that this person really witnesses things in their mind, and they always stay home looking at things in their mind, telling themselves that they got to stay there, and wonder if you'll ever want them back. Not really caring if you want them back, but does notice that you don't want them. So it doesn't really bother you too much to say that they want you, but realizes that they've got to come forward and tell you that they want you when they want you. Okay, this could be anybody. Okay, this person, I can see someone behind the scenes laughing as well, making fun, like they very childish person here. All right, teasing someone as well, or there could be a third party there as well that's being teased as well, like this person tormenting the both of you. Okay, I'm hearing tall and short and fat. um Figure eight is not needed to speak about. It says this man is mad. He doesn't know how to sponsor you in your mind to be good to you. Guilty pleasures are there for people to pick on your mind. It does say you've witnessed a lot, so you don't really need to know about bad news. You just get on with your life and your day. You have fun, you go out, you eat, you drink, you become, merry. And, it does say marriage is on the menu, but with who? At times you feel like you could certainly pass for someone that could turn out to be gay. It does say you wouldn't want to, but people keep picking on your energy, telling you you're not enough, or you're not feeling yourself as you used to, and may not look at yourself the same, and may even realize you want to become gay or you don't. You just know that you want a marriage, and you want to know that you're getting a marriage. You want to know that you're marrying someone that's going to make you feel good about yourself. You may not see yourself as the same person. You may single yourself out at times when you're building or even controlling situations, but you have fun loving yourself anyway. Okay. So you're invested into your feelings. You could be looking into your feelings right now and looking into your assets, looking into your home, looking into yourself as a person, trying to continue to to grow as the woman or the man that you are becoming. Working on yourself, but at the same time, looking at yourself through a perspective of, will I be able to complete certain goals that I have in mind, certain plans that I have for my family lifestyle or my future, or, becoming someone's wife or even someone's husband, that type of thing for some of you guys that are not married. Okay. Someone here is still sitting down on justice for someone else. Someone saying smoke weed and I'll see you one day. Go through trauma again. It does say bad news is with someone that wants you to go through trauma and wants to see if you have any bad news to pick on your mind with. It does say weed is something I see her smoking, or I want to smell it. I realized I could smell something when I was walking in one day, but I realized it's never going to be you that has a problem dealing with me in that mind game. I love weed. I could smoke it all day long. I will smoke and you would see nothing but good news from your mind with it. And then I would show you that I'm negative because I'd still take your family away from you. That's so sad, isn't it? It's like, I'm picking up here. This could be a narcissistic man, or if it's not a narcissistic man here, it could be social services or something like that. And it does say she realized she smokes weed when she feels like it, but she would never harm you with that. She would always target you to arrest you or bring you down or your family, and maybe even place them in different homes, but never want to target you for any sponsoring feelings of alcohol, weed, or problems with that. It does say you've got a bloody good word of advice to give yourself if you ever wanted problems, but you'd never have problems with your mental health. And it does say she would rather see bloody good news with your mind, having good karma with your mind and your mental health, not really having bad news. So you've got to move on and leave the past in the past. It does say a negative spirit keeps bothering you with this person. And it does say they target you all the time, Cancerian, to deal with someone else. It does say, you brilliant woman, you had this person under your thumb. I could hear her screech. I want to know if she'll scream again. It does say he wonders why he's not even under the social, because he's mental, he's nervous, and he's got problems with odor. He does have mental health, and he's dealing with police custodies in his mind as we speak. It does say he's warning himself not to speak because the justice is coming to get him in the new year. It's probably not going to be good for him. It does say he knows why he's adulting in his mind over a sibling or a family member or a child in the family. It does say he realizes he's got to be probably locked up in his head, or maybe even probably giving himself to justice, or even bad news one day at a time. It doesn't say why he's bothered, but he really picks on someone else, and he's got bad news to give you about a problem with your family, your father or your mother or your siblings. Okay, so could be dealing with someone that's got some mental problems. Okay, it does say you feel like you have fun and your life is under such a good vibe that you don't even need to hear the worries or the pain. You do know that you've got happiness, so you're building upon it, and you wouldn't want to hear that you're drug using or under any problems or attacks. You do work on yourself very smartly, and you have great news. Brilliance is in you, and it doesn't say you have bad news. Overall, you're trying to warn yourself that you pay a lot of attention to your mind, or you pay a lot of attention to your money, your bills, and your assets. So it does make you feel better than anyone else. It doesn't make you feel like you have to overwhelm yourself or burden yourself with loyalties of the law being a negative aspect in your mind. You will brilliantly bring yourself up and produce good karma with your mind and your building structures. You will have great news overall with your health, helping you be the best person in your life is a Scorpio. It does say Scorpio male or female is very good with their mind and their money mentally. When they feel like they want to build upon something or use your mindset to target where they need to go and how they need to move forward and bless themselves with great riches and personally give themselves good news, they will punish you or punish themselves at times or brutally attack anyone that comes their way to pick on you or pick on themselves to get past the situation, and they have used you recently to push you away from problems and maybe even problem solve in their ways of helping themselves. It does say they absolutely don't want to let you go in the mind game of theirs. Ideally, they will help you mentally stand by your side in your own mind and how you can take care of yourself, but want to use your mind for things that you could help yourself with, to support them with, and support anyone else with. They know they live by the mindset of yours in the system. It does say the system because the government system is also something that they use in regards to the teachings that you bring. It does say you have brilliant ideas if you are liberty taking or you want to know that blessings can come. It does say you bless yourself well over and over again, and you have great news to come forward and bless yourself many times over. You will witness this in your mind at times and never see bad news. Okay. I know it sounded like a lot and a big riddle, but there is some things there going on with Cancerian energy that can help others, or even Scorpio energy, even if it's not the physical being of a Scorpio or others. It's just the Cancerian energy, what it stands for. And if you've noticed as well, Cancerian, there's a lot of Cancerians that are actually in parliament, in the government system. You know, there's a lot of Cancerians that are presidents, or you know, they run for mayor, or you know, they have higher up positions in authority. Okay, so yeah, let's see what else is going on. It does say you've got ideas to kick off. No one is gonna hurt you. I realize I can't harm you. I don't want to hear that you're always gonna tease me with blame. Won't want to target you. Okay, so someone here has made a decision to take the opportunity to stagnate a perspective here with a mindset of yours. It does say you realize you have a lot to say. You don't need to talk about me. I know that I've got things going on, and I don't want to hear that people always talk about me. I realize that I know that I've got people talking about me everywhere I go, and I wouldn't want to hear it. So you could be dealing with a person that's either behind the scenes, okay, all right, in a secret realm, and this person is, you know, monitoring you, whether you know them or not, okay, and the things that you talk about and broadcast, okay. But also, I'm picking up there's a decision to take an opportunity with a perspective of each other's, and this could be, you know, some type of private perspective of each other's. It could be you and a partner, or you and a friend, or you and a family member, or you and a colleague. It does say that you don't realize that you have good news, but you've got blame energy. Sometimes you blame people and sometimes you curse them. But it does say you could be communicating with someone that you don't really want to about bad news at times, and you want to communicate with them about bad news, but you realize they don't want to hear it, or they do listen, but sometimes they have to take it into consideration that you won't want to listen to them all the time, but they also don't want to feel like they need to listen to you all the time. So you could be back and forth with someone at this time, communicating with someone about something here. Um, or this could be happening, with someone behind you, like, you know, in your circle, someone that you know, and it does say they clearly want to tell you off for something that you didn't do. Okay, so for some of you guys that are dealing with someone else that's talking about you, or trying to, see eye to eye in a situation with each other, because the situation is in regards to you. And it does say the situation has changed or ended. You would never know why they're dealing with you in that way. They realize they can't laugh at you. They're laughing so much, but they don't want to know that you're laughed at. They can't laugh with you, but they also laugh at you at times. Okay? Won't want to spend my life with you. Won't want to dream about you. Won't want to deal with you. I know that I want you, but I can't have you. So that is someone here that feels that way. Could be dealing with an air sign. I'm picking up a Libra. Doesn't have to be a Libra. It could be any air sign. Okay, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. I'm also picking up a Pisces or an earth sign. I'm also hearing that some of you guys are dealing with a fire sign. It does say I'm scared at night and I can't vision my mind without you being there. I need some time alone. So some of you guys, your person may need some time alone. They feel like you're in their space too much, you know, in their mind too much. Some of you guys, you may feel this way about someone that you're dealing with, okay? But I'm also picking up a Leo that feels smothered, or, you know, you're in their mind too much. Doesn't say that you have bad news, but you do look at them way too much, like you love them way too much. And caution, you could have money coming in, but it does say you have to borrow some time to see if you've got good karma with this, okay? So some of you guys, you've got money coming in, but you have to see if it's bringing in good karma, okay? All right. So let's see, anything else for Cancerians? Okay, someone doesn't want to struggle with you being on their mind. It does say there's some feelings held back for you to feel like you've got loyalties with your problems. It does say you've got brilliant ideas to help me consider you being a loyal friend or customer or even family member. It does say some of you guys are dealing with loyalties of laws or even victim mentality. Some of you are dealing with protesters or police, and some of you guys are dealing with family, nurturing, or events. Okay, it does say you ideally have brilliant ideas. You are wonderful about things that you want and how you want to proceed with caution. You don't want to hear that you've got bad news, and you have great news overall. You do not know how to sponsor me in my mind about everything, but I know you'll help me in the end with what I need. You've got problems and I need problems. So give me more problems and I'll help you with more and more time in your mind. Someone wants your problems. Who is this? I don't know. It does say you have seen things, many things, and you've gifted things as well. You've helped someone so much with something. I'm hearing pave the way. I'm hearing rent. I'm hearing just loyalty and trust. And a lack of karma as well for something here. It does say you've got good ideas. So I want to help you. And it does say I know that you're there. I want to help you. So I don't know who this is that feels like they want to help you, but it could be. I'm hearing someone as well trying to take a court order, so kind of be mindful of that. Some type of court order could be pending. I'm also seeing here there is cautions with the loyalty of um, a liberty taker or a librarian. I'm picking up some of you guys just dealing with law, okay? Some of you guys could be dealing with some plans across another country or in another state or another province, another county, all right? I'm also hearing something about county court due. It also says people will not bring you down, but I know that you would not want to bring yourself down to court. It does say you do know that you had court once upon a time. Now you don't. It does say I know this because I gave you a county court judgment. So someone could have gave you a county court judgment, and it doesn't say why it's going to be on your mind to pay a bill so much nowadays, but it does say you rather see yourself in a playground with people. Like you don't want to pay bills, then you do. You don't want to pay bills, then you do. Okay, maybe someone doesn't understand you very well and they're using their own judgment against you in some way. It does say, by my word, I pray that it never works out for you in the way that you think. It does say whether he likes it or not, he's praying for jails or sentences in his own mind with bad news and bad omens. He's witnessing bad negative vibes about you or seeing himself in that way. It does say ongoing court issues could be there for a child though. And it does say a child would never want to see their parent under scrutiny or attack. It does say many times over you would have to see yourself in a bad way and never give yourself a bad omen or a bad judgment. It does say you've tried to practice this in your mind and never got away with it always, but you're trying to right now. It does say some of you guys are dealing with credit card fraud or problems with people looking in at credit card fraud. It does say negative endings could happen in the next week or two with problems with people picking on you directly. It does say directly because someone here wants to judge you outright and doesn't want to stir the pot with you, but wants to pick on you. So be careful of some type of deception that could be coming in next week or two, or sporadically in some type of way. It does say when they do strike, they want to strike in a way that you will be burdened. And it does say you have mental health structures in your mind to tell them off. It doesn't say that you will always be in a problem, but you'll give them bad moods if they keep coming to you and telling you that you've got to go down for justice or problems of theirs. So someone could want to come and bother your spirit in some way in the next week or two, and you're going to tell them off. It does say you brilliantly have ideas to keep me moving away from you, because I know you've got problems and I wouldn't want to keep scaring you. I know you have family to deal with, and I know that you probably wouldn't want to hear from me, but I told you, any of you that come forward and give me time or mind games to play yourself, you're going to have more problems. It's an idea I have to give you time to keep yourself away, and then I come and attack. Okay, so someone's watching you, someone's sitting down preying on you, waiting to come and, burden you again with their ideas. It could be in relation to money. It could be in relation to taxes or things that you have to pay. It could be in relation to problem solving with people, doing prostitution as well for some of you guys that I'm hearing. It does say nothing but love is being made in the mindset of someone that feels like they have to go down in their mind to see a prostitute. It does say someone wants to see one and they don't know where to go to get a prostitute, because they want to deal with you like you're a prostitute, or they have someone that wants to deal with someone like a prostitute. It does say someone here keeps talking about it to themselves and praying that you will have nothing but scarce energy in your mind, or feeling scared about it. This is sad. Very, very sad. Someone just sitting down preying on the worst. And it does say a man here, a Virgo man, a earth sign man, or a water sign man is looking for revenge. And prostitution is something that happens in their native land. So prostitution is something that happens in their native land. It does say they brilliantly feel like they could bring problems into your mind about it. It also says they offer many times over offers from their parents or their heritage or their offspring to bring you into bad moods. It does say they look into things way too deeply and offer bad luck to your mind. They may not go down, but they may see themselves in a bad mood. And when they do, they will realize you're in the greatest mood ever, because you're trying to warn them. I don't deal with them things in my land. In my country, we don't behave like that. And we will never have to see problems in our land the way you see problems in yours. Have you, sorry about that, have you witnessed anything in England or in the native lands of America or anywhere that has jury or courts or jurisdiction that will protect you from any bad news? It says, I'm warning myself not to speak about it because he sees me as a hoe. So someone could be used as a hoe, in I don't know if this is a third world country, someone that you could be dealing with Cancerian over here, or okay, they could be in your family somewhere, or they could be a part of your family in some way. But they have someone back home that they deal with like a hoe. And it also says this person knows themselves as a problem because they keep lying and telling themselves that they are Oshun. Okay, this person keeps trying to call themselves a deity. I don't know if it's because you guys look into tarot readings. You may look, obviously, if you're listening to the tarot reading right now, you look into tarot readings, isn't it? Yeah, you look read, so to speak. Okay, it's not just the reader that's reading to you, it's you guys reading as well, because you want to know things in your readings. Okay, and you see people come up in your readings. It does say people have phoned her to tell her to stop thinking about you because she's picking on you more than usual, but she also looks at herself like she's a homeowner, but she's not. And she wants to know if people back there hold her mind to that, like she could come over and take their land or take their homes. She seems very what's the word? She seems very uneducated when it comes to you know certain British or American laws, so to speak. Um It does say that she's got ideas to take people's land and maybe even part ways with people's problems by seeing that they have problems with her on her mind about the problem she's going to give them. It does say she's looking into things way too deeply with a man and she doesn't know how to stop. She keeps picking on you or someone around you and she's lying about it. And she may not see you again in her mind about it if he stops talking to her, because he's the one that's influencing her to watch you, to keep watching you all the time. Okay? It does say he brilliantly has this clever mind to play you with it, and he won't stop until he feels like you've got karma with this person or revenge in your mind to play yourself. It does say he plays himself to even consider a problem like this. He never even knew how to confuse a situation more than he already has with the lies and liabilities that he's trying to give you, to contemplate whether or not he should sell his soul to the mind game of demons in America, England, or even other native lands that he feels like he's got problems with if he ever tries to go there. He may not know how to deal with policies, police, or laws, or courts, or judgment, but he's trying to warn himself that he can take and steal. Okay? And I feel like someone else knows this as well in the background there. Maybe another relative of your family or someone that you just know. Okay? If it's not that, it could be you that knows this, Cancerian. But it does say he keeps witnessing problems in his mind, trying to cause harm to you. Every time he judges himself to take something or like something of yours, he keeps coming back in his head to say it will never work. He has no clue how to dilute his brain from problems that he had in a native land of his own that doesn't have good karma or good mindsets to play himself in a way that he could have good news. He doesn't have good news, so he will warn himself to have bad news in the way he has in his native land. So it's like he's still tuned into things that, you know, happen in his native land, or how they work in his native land, or how people pick on each other or deal with each other back in the native land. But he has no clue about how things are running, okay, in your country. All right? And then he blames you or blames someone else for this. Okay? It doesn't say why this person confuses you with his problems. He keeps picking on you, but he keeps picking on a father, a mother, and a friend. So he keeps picking on a father, a mother, and a friend. Okay? It also says here that you could be, or someone, maybe another water sign, or you could be worried about some information and lying, or being deceptive with it, or taking away some type of burden from a problem with people that want to pick on you. It does say when you see it, don't speak about it, but someone here is trying to fraud you or make sure you go down for fraud. Okay? So it could, maybe it's not your fault. You know, someone's trying to set you up, Cancer, and so be careful, because someone could be trying to set you up for fraud. All right? It doesn't say anything other than this, but mind you, if you do want to see yourself in a good way, bless yourself and don't speak to me again, because I don't see that I have problems. I notice you've looked at me like I've got problems. I would never want to give you that, because you've always seen me call you in your mind and tell you you've got this dealing to deal with. Yeah, like some type of bill or statement, or even cautions with people telling you you've got to go to court with something. It does say you've really witnessed this many times over, and people keep targeting you for bad omens. When will I realize I've got to stop and play it safe with you and your mind? You've never had to go to court, and you've never had to deal with any problems. No one deals with you in this way. I will show you this in the next week or in the next warring year, because I can't tell you that you've got to stop and look forward to blessings. You've got to pay bills in someone else's home. It says, okay, you've got to pay bills in someone else's home. All right? I don't know if this is because you live at someone else's home, or if you've got letters and bills going to someone else's address. Okay? It doesn't say that you've got problems dealing with the warring, liberty taking ideas that I have, because I notice you don't want to deal with the problems of police or care homes in your head that have problems with my mindset all over them, which is to kick you down and harm you. Exactly. It's like someone was possibly giving you a problem to continue harming you, and do know this as well. And they realize they could have harmed you, really bruised your reputation and caused you harm for some type of water bill or a light bill or maybe even electric bill. It does say we notice we've got problems and we can't keep giving you these problems. We have to concern ourselves with why we've been giving you these problems. It does say they've burdened you with lies and liberty taken on you many times over now. They have seen you justify nothing in your head about it, but then they realize they can't keep liberty taken on you and your mind. They pray to God that they can hide their hand. And even if they do, they're going to tell themselves that they've got to go down for murder or justice in their head. They've been witnessing bad news in your mind. They realize that they've been causing you harm and spelling out your name on someone else's date of birth or even letters sent to another person's address. They've been giving you mind games to play yourself and harming your reputation. It does say they know why they've been doing this because they can't hide their hand. They realize they've got to take bills or statements or letters from your name, but they keep lying and saying your name is someone else's or that your name is going to be on someone else's bills. Even the apartment building, it's got to be on someone else's. But it says you do know that they're going down for fraud for this because they keep lying and saying how your name is your name, in your name, and not in your name. Because at the same time, they keep picking on you and lying that your name is your name, but it's not your name. But then they tell you that your name has to be you, and also telling you that it's got to be yours and not anyone else's. Through someone else's mind, it's going to be a solicitor that deals with the situation, that understands more about it. They know that they pick on you. It does say the people picking on you is my mind. And I realize I have the word to say I've picked on you too. I can't pick on you, so I'm leaving you alone. I've got to witness this when I call them and let them know that I've picked on you more than I should have. And now I know that I can't give you any more burdens. I've got to move on. I've liberty taken on you. May have to go down for fraud if I'm not careful. So this person knows, and they're a solicitor. They know that they may have to go down for fraud because they've liberty taken with the price of you paying a bill at someone else's home where you don't even live or you have pretended to stay. It does say you've never ever stayed there anytime ever, and you war with them in your mind now or today to say, look, I realize that you keep sending me bills to someone else's address. It's been going on for too long. I am warning you to stop doing this. It does say you wonder why it has been going on for so long. People have not wanted to change this or even pretend that they have good karma with you in your head. It does say they know you, so they don't want to pick on you too much because they realize you don't ever want to pay your bills. But you also realize you have been homeless or you're not in any good way to pay bills. And it does say many times you've been dealing with something that has been gone far too long in your mind about it, or far, far way out of your league. And it does say whoever has tried to borrow time to pick on you may not need to pick on you much more. They know they have to change their mind about picking on you because they've been trying to warn themselves that no more lies are there for you to deal with, because they've been trying to pick on you with their war, which is fraud or even scams, and they could harm themselves or their reputation with the lies and the scams that they've been dealing with to pick on you with. Now, who's going to war with them in the justice system if it ever goes to court? But it does say they realize they can't pick on you more than this. They have to tune into why they want to pay you or give you money or help you with your bills or your finances. It does say they know that they have to change their mind about something and pick on whoever the person was that was previous tenant to your address. They realize they could harm themselves doing this, but they also have to harm whoever has not been paying the bill at this address. No one knows why this bill has not been paid. It does say people keep picking on me, and I want to know that I'm picking on them. Now I know I have to stop picking on you because I no longer live here. But I realize I've picked on you, messed up your name, messed up my name, and messed up her name, or even people below you or around you. Now the person that used to live at the address where you stayed wants to know that they are going down for problems or even mistakes or even penalties or forces of the law or even problems, because they've got to punish their mindset about things that they've been picking on you with. They don't know how to stop picking on you and your mind because of the liars that have dealt with them in their mind, in the building, around you or below you, and they want to stay in your mind about harming you, your family, and things that you've got going on in your own home. They've got to move on and stop picking on you with your water bill, your tax bill, your credit card bill, or some other bills that you've been dealing with. Okay? So some of you could be dealing with, one of those issues with a previous tenant that has been causing you harm, in relation to you sorting out your bills and getting it sorted out in the right address or through the right names. It says it's not going to solve itself that easily. You've got to witness yourself in a building you don't want to go, maybe even in court. And it does say you may not have to go to court, because I said she doesn't have to go to court. Why are you telling her that she's got to go to court? It does say when the female downstairs realizes she's got problems in her head and doesn't want to speak about it, but she really picks on the neighbor, trying to harm her, to say she's got court due in the next week or two if she doesn't stop using my name. And it does say the woman down below you has problems too, because she doesn't want to pay her water bill, her lights, or maybe electricity bill, and she keeps targeting you for a problem. Okay, so she's targeting you for a problem because maybe your bills are going to her address or his address, and that person is not paying for theirs because they've been using your name to pay for it. Do you see what I'm saying? It does say now you realize you're in big problems, missus. And it does say when she realizes she's got problems, I will deal with her. I don't want to hear that she's always got problems in my mind, but I will have to deal with her. And it does say a family member warned you not to get involved with any problems with people because they always have to peel their mind back and take you out of the problem. But this woman never gave you any good karma, and she's warning herself not to speak. She knows she never helped you in your mind with anything that you gave yourself. She does know that she gave herself a lot more than she gave you and never wanted to give you anything, and always laughs at you and makes fun of you because she's always the one that helps you with problems and gives herself good news. She's a family member, a mother figure, a relative, a friend, a liability, or a fraudulent parent. It does say she knows she's always giving you bad news to walk away from, or maybe even see that you have problems with. And it does say she knows that she doesn't have to give you any good karma because she's always lying or telling the truth in her way to get herself out of the problem, but also lies to give herself good news, and then lies to give herself and her children bad news. Okay. Wow, Cancerian, you're dealing with a lot here, lovey. Okay. Doesn't say anything's going to happen in the next week or two, but you have solved your own issues and moved on past them. You are going to see yourself with a debt. It does say a debt is coming in, and it does say a burdensome one, because you've got to practice good karma in your mind to pay off clearly a good amount of it. And it doesn't say why, but it does say you have brilliant ideas to move past it and see yourself in no more problems. You're going to see yourself in good news and move past the problem. You won't have to pay the debt, or you will clear it, or even bring it out in your mind in a way that you have judged it and told it that it's no longer going to be yours. It does say you have to understand why you're dealing with it, and no one else is dealing with it but you. But also, we will witness how to protect you and give you better news with it, and how you could clear your name from it, or maybe even try to struggle with it, or maybe even bring it down so you don't have to pay as much of it. And it does say many times over, we will deal with you in that way. You will not have to pay it, or you will have to pay it in a way of small amounts. And it doesn't say why people are picking on you still with this, but you've got to deal with it. So, Cancer, and it looks like someone here has solved a problem, or you've been solving a problem with someone that's doing fraud on your name, or some type of bill, or some type of debt. Okay, but it does look like they are looking into how you're going to pay it off still. And it does say you have worried about this many times over, too many times, even with lawyers or people that you've dealt with, even the citizens advice bureaus, or maybe even people that you've gone downhill with or searched for things that you could help yourself come through, and then back again looking at it. So maybe, you've dealt with other things like other bills and stuff that you've had to deal with, looked at the one that was giving you problems and said, boy, this one's too much for me to manage right now, but I'm going to tackle it at a later time. It does say, you brilliant woman, you've solved the problem, but you also see yourself in a bad news. You've got to go to jail or court about this one, but it says you don't have to deal with it in that way. Why should I when I have other people's bills that keep coming to my house? And it does say many times over, you've seen yourself with bills that come to your house, but you've never said a word. But it says you've always realized that people never give you good reasons to believe you have good karma. People will always target you and tell you lies. And let them tell you any lies this time, because they're always going to feel like they have to lie. When judgment is there, when people are there picking on you, we have to pick on them too. They have to show us that you've tried many, many times over to see if you have tried to contact them. And it does say you have tried to contact them many times, not just once or twice, but 3 times at least. And it does say you have tried many times, but even then, you still left it for too long. But only you and your mind will have to deal with the situation. Even your mind tells you off. At times, you don't have to deal with it ongoing, because it's not going to be a problem for you to always have to deal with. It's just one of these things that you are tired of dealing with. You've consciously always been on your mind about it, but you've always dealt with other things that have got in the way. People pick on you constantly, all the time, every day, every year, and you're tired of it, Cancerian. And you realize people are targeting you right now for only you know what. And it does say people picking on your mindset for things you know, or want to know, or even deal with, or get out of, or even try to deal with or get out of. And it says you've tried to warn yourself now that you're going to bill yourself a big bill or give yourself big problems. It says you don't want to have big problems or big bills, but you'll deal with it in the best way you can. You don't have to pick on yourself that much. I will see you in jail or in court. And it does say many times over, someone wants to juggle if they should bring you down in that way, because they don't have to bring you in that way if there's karma. And they realize they've got karma because they've billed you many times over and sent you another bill in the last week. And you do know that you have problems with this. If it's not there in your mind to deal with, you've got problems. But it does say you always knew that it's going to bring you problems one day if they don't see you in a good way. They're consciously going to warn themselves to stop billing you, stop picking on you, and stop giving you bills in someone else's name. Okay, someone else's name or someone else's address. Okay, and it does say many times over, we are fighting you, so we've got to go down to judgment day with you if you ever try to drug us in our heads and say we're going to court. And it doesn't say why you would think that way, okay, is what you would tell someone, because it does say you would rather them see who they are, sort out the problem, and bill themselves or delete you from the karma and bring yourself back to good news, because you try to warn them that you're trying to pay your bills. You don't want no problems with them, okay? You don't want no problems with no one. It does say this man doesn't know how to stir problems for himself more than he has. He's been giving himself credit card fraud for years. He's been giving himself banknotes for years, and he's been giving himself loans for years. He's been giving himself very much a bad omen for years, and he's trying to warn you. He's given himself more karma today, or to today and today and today, with you tidying the mind of yours, because he's got problems with people like you dealing with him in the judgment room. And it does say he knows he's going down for fraud. He's a bank scammer. And it does say he's been liberty taking on the police for years. Yeah, so he notices, you know, in himself that he's got lots of people under attack and under scrutiny because of the problems that he's been facing in his mind about how to deal with people, with many times over trending a caution in himself, not to go too far, but always taking liberty on people's credit cards, banknotes. Scam artist is something that he consciously does. And it does say he witnessed you being one with him as he drags your name through the mud. He wants you to know that you're never going to be alone in your mind about it, that he always will help you in the problem or solve the problem with you. He's not going to be on your mind anymore in the next week or two, because he's trying to warn you that he's a liberty-taking lawyer. He always takes liberty on the laws in the justice system or in the realm of law. He wants you to know that he's sorry, or he's not sorry, but he's really mad about why he dragged you through the dirt. He knows that he's dealing with Thames Water. He also knows he's dealing with liabilities like scam artists with Sky. He also sees that he's dealing with scam artists with Virgin Media. He also deals with certain other companies as well, many of them. It does say lights and electricity or anything. He knows he can pick on you with anything, and he will bring you down. And it does say justice is served in your mind now. You don't have to deal with him. He's going down for fraud, because he never needed to consciously bring you down with worries or problems in your mind, and you're not having it. And it does say you've got to let go of people that are bringing you down for problems with fraud and financial situations and problems. Let them deal with their problems and leave leave your mind to deal with problems of your own, because you've got caution with your own mind about things that you've done or said that you didn't do, or you did do and you didn't want to do it. It does say you would rather not see problems all the time. You just don't want to see that you're always in a bad mood. You don't need to hear that you're always in a bad way or in a bad mood. You just need to move on past it. Evil, negative, systematic goals or people that passionately want to harm others. And it does say some of you guys are dealing with this right now, or with other people dealing with you in a bad way. Okay, so Cancerian, sorry to hear you're going through so much of these problems with people. It's not nice. I understand there's a lot of people in the world, that deal with things in a way that you wouldn't deem as justified as good. Okay. Let's see what else. Anything else before we end this reading? Oh, it does say I'm coming to get you with bad news again. If you want, I could stop this, but I'm not going to stop it. And you can harm me if you want. I'm not going to stop this. I want you to tell me off, because I'm still going to send it to you. And I'm still going to use the downstairs woman. Now you have to tell me off. So someone still wants to send you this, this bad information. Someone does not want to stop with this fraud that they're doing and using your name for it. It does say you have to clarify why your children will be arrested one day, or why family members may be harmed because of the same problem that this person is doing, or many others like him. Okay. Doesn't say why it's going to go on and on, but it says botheration is now there with someone that doesn't want to kick off but wants to harm you with your family and really hurt you because of what they did. Oof, that's sad. Doesn't say why they want to pick on you and children or even arrest you, but even karma's coming now to you and a son. And it does say why. Because why would you want to deal with me in my head about why I told you you had to stay there in your mind about it? I told you, we can't let go of this. We've got to believe that you're there or no one's there. And no one is there to pay this bill. So even if you do pay the bill or you don't pay the bill, who's going to come and collect you from prison? It does say someone here wants to see you in a bad way or go to jail. This man doesn't even know why he's dealing with you like that, because he's got to go there in a next year or a next warring week. He's really bad omen, and his price to pay for this is really, really gone up tenfold. It says his mind game is very, very mild in his mind, but severe in reality. He doesn't know what's going on behind the scenes with you building a case against him, or many times over people picking on you to build a case against him, or a negative war in his mind that he doesn't have to deal with the system in the way that they do. They've seen him for who he is. He does know that he's being picked on right now. It does say the lawyer doesn't know how to trust himself, but people are seeing him for who he is. There is companies and trusted companies that people use to protect themselves and make sure that they give themselves good karma, that want to know anyone out there dealing with this man and going through harm. It does say they know that they're going to pick on you or pick on him, and at times they want to pick on you because they know that they can't pick on him. He's very trustworthy in the company of the loyal citizens that will come forward and cause you harm if they ever wanted to target you for fraud. But it does say they have problems dealing with that, because if they want to deal with you in bad ways, they're going to drug you in your mind and say, why didn't you speak to us sooner? But it also says you've spoken to them. You may not always have it in your mind because they've never written to you to your address. They've always wrote to you to someone else's address. And they've always given you bad news to represent themselves in a bad way. They know they have to deal with the mind game of their own. Why are they kicking off and telling you that you've got to go down for problems of theirs when you've always had problems of your own to deal with and never needed them to add stress to your life? You've got to see yourself one day in a judgment room, or possibly even see them stop what they're doing so that they can burden themselves giving you problems. They don't want to stop, and it does say they will stop once they realize how to deal with the situation. They're going to burden you with problems again, or see you down a road that you don't want to be, or maybe even give you good news that the cause for concern is dropped. The charges are dropped, the fraud is dropped, and the caution is there with you going away in your head, or possibly having good news about the way you've dealt with the situation. You don't have to see yourself in a jail. You don't have to see yourself in a problem. You have to see yourself in the liability that you've been in, giving yourself good news and justice is served with you being in a problem. They want to cause themselves harm in both ways. It does say the lawyer wants to see you in a harm so that you could go to jail. But it also says there's problems with the water company, the light company, the electric company, the gas company, or whoever it is that wants to see you in a good way and doesn't want to harm you. So Mr. Mind Game here is the liar. It does say we know this and we're going to practice good karma on all the citizens that feel like we have justified them and helped them, but give them good news and start giving them great news, and punish the man that has helped us give them all bad news, but lie to him that we're going to give him great news to help you guys, because we're not going to help you guys always, but we're going to help him always feel like he's getting away with bad, bad news to deal with in a good way. And we're always going to change his mind about it because we could punish him and put him away for life. Whoa. So there's a lot of manipulation going on here because they're using a dodgy lawyer to practice bad things with, and then, you know, either helping and punishing the people that are loyal to their company, you know, that rely on them for their utilities. But it does say they know this and they've been doing this for many years. They practice bad news over and over again like this, and they never ever witness a bad news trying to warn themselves it was never going to work. They realize they've got credit cards to deal with. Like, people could fraudulently give payments to them. Sex is something that comes naturally. Children are on its way. It does say an adult is going to give birth in the next week that doesn't want to tell the truth. It does say a family member is pregnant and she knows she's pregnant, so she's going to come forward and see that she's got bad omens too. She also realizes that you've been through a lot of problems, and it does say you've got adult issues to deal with another person that doesn't want to speak about it, but you've got problems to deal with, and you try to warn yourself that you've got good news. When will I see that she's under scrutiny and attack? When will she see she's got bad news? I want to hear about this. If someone wants you to go under, and it could be a family member, it's so sad. And it does say many times over, I know that you've got bad news. I told myself, I know this. Can you not see? I'm warning you not to speak, but I see this all the time. And it does say a friend, family member, or even someone protesting to not speak to you sees that you've got bad news. So it does say this person's always picking on you all the time, and it doesn't say why it's going to stop. It does say she always knows that she's got bad news too, but she realizes you could pick on her any time and it would never go anywhere. It does say that she would get away with it more than you, but it also says they would never want to look at you in that way and see that you've got problems more than her, or her more than you. You've all got to go on to your own problems. It does say you all have problems to solve on your own. You all have liberty taken in your own way. And trying to warn you that now is a time for people to take liberties even more is justified as a good thing. People are taking liberties everywhere they go. And it does say they notice this more and more as the judgment system is not dealing with certain things like the way they used to. They know they're not even dealing with problems of their own because they've got many times over fraud in their name. No one knows why they're dealing with it like that, but they have to deal with it in their own way and in their own time, or else people are going to pick on people too much to the point the courts will no longer be a court. Judgment will always be there. Satisfaction will deal with them in bad news everywhere. And it does say whether you like it or not, people are going to pick on you. Your mind and troubles will be there with your life, your lifespan, your family. Probably not a good time to live in this society, but it does say you'll have to deal with the situations as they arise, and give yourself time to clear your name in fraud or federal convictions, or even times of that nature. It does say people are dealing with fraud everywhere. Can't deal with it, just dump your mind and forget it. Leave it to the drugs that you're taking or the justice system that you're dealing with. No one is going under attack or under scrutiny. People are getting away with murder. Wow. That is a lot, Cancerian. So, this is a very long reading, but, you know, for some of you guys that had something to solve, I suppose you've got, you know, some news here that can help you. There's some feelings of you judging when you will want to see yourself in a better way with a lover, or possibly even seeing yourself in a better way with your mind, your weight, your body, your lifespan, even standards of yours. It does say people are picking on you or helping you right now. Which way is it going? All right. It does say you want to know that you have time to consider whether or not you should see yourself change or help yourself in better ways. Okay. It doesn't say it's easy, but you will get by and you will get past the negative stigmas in your mindset. You have to try yourself in a judgment way, Like, keep yourself in your mind about yourself. Like, keep your wits about you. It doesn't say why you have to look at yourself in a negative way. And many times over, you're going to deal with yourself in good news. So warn yourself that you've got troubles in your mind no more, or you've got good news to pay attention to your mind about things. Okay. Okay, so there is some things changing. It does say nothing set in stone, but Scorpio's mindset is trying to help you to change a burden in yourself. Okay, it does say I am ready to sort out something in pleasure, and I want to see you there one day in a jail cell, in a courtroom. It also says the man here doesn't want to stop, but he realized you've got problems of your own, and he never knew that you had problems so far out. Like, it was way deeper than you thought it was. He also realized he's got mental health, so he hasn't seen himself live out these traumas or karmas yet. He's got to deal with many times over things that you've dealt with or worse. Okay. Anything else before we close out this reading? It does say you have troubled your mind way too much with weed or smoking or even things that you just don't want. You may not want me, but I want you, so I'm going to pay your bills for you. And I won't want you to, but you're going to get this paid for, and I'm going to pay your bills. I don't want to know that you're paying my bills, but I've got to. So I'm going to give you some money, pay you off, and let you see that I've paid you. I will pay your bills. So someone wants to pay your bills for you, or pay you off, or pay off your bill in some way. They're going to give you some money. But I'll leave it there for now. Speak to you soon. Bye.